Welcome to Green Fox Feast. My name is David and this is my home. This is my first video and I want to keep it simple and so that I can get it on on YouTube really quickly today. But in short, this channel is for food tips, the sacred and mundane aspects of food, the social aspects of food. I might go a little bit into food production, the marketing, shipping, and maybe even the science behind some food products. Because I wanted to keep this simple, but I also wanted to get it started off with some actual food preparation, I chose to do roasted garlic today. It's very simple to make, and I like roasted garlic because one of my least favorite things to do is to actually clean and chop garlic. It's just a lot of little finger work, and the garlic sticks to the knife and all that. So I like to roast mine ahead of time. Now, let me show you what you need to have for this. Alright, so what you're going to need for this is a baking dish, and a sieve, and 2 jars. Now, the sieve and 2 jars we'll use after we're done making this. You'll need a sharp knife, a cutting board, garlic, some salt, and some olive oil. Now, I always clean off kind of the feathery parts of the garlic, like such. Now, when you roast garlic, it really does change the flavor of it, and you can use it in place of unroasted garlic, but I always like to keep a clove behind because you never know when you don't want that olive oil and garlic and the roasted garlic flavor. But you don't want to completely peel it off because you want it to stay together. And if you want to throw this in some stock making later on, ooh, that's something I should probably do on. That's good for that. Anyway, and so you're going to take the end of this and you're just going to slice right along that. And then you I try to keep it together as much as possible, but you're always going to have the little pieces that don't want to do that. And I even go ahead and put this in there then. As you can tell, you don't want to slice off a whole bunch of it. Now, the type of baking dish that you use is entirely up to you. I just happen to like this one, and it fits about 4 of these cloves. And if there is a little bit of the extra feathery stuff that comes off, it just makes it easier to get rid of it as you're going. So, you just simply put them in there so that the cut-in is facing down. Sprinkle it with some salt. I'm one of those fortunate people that has low sodium, so I get to eat all the salty things I want. And then you want to make sure and drizzle oil over the tops of all the garlic. And then one of the byproducts that we're going to get out of this is garlic infused olive oil. And so I always add a little bit more so that there's plenty of that extra oil for if you want to make a vinaigrette or something else out of it. And now we're simply going to put this in the oven it goes, and then I turn the oven on after I put it in for about 300 degrees. Anyway, so I set the timer for about 15 minutes. Even though I'm pretty sure it will take longer than that, it just depends on the garlic, and if you smell the garlic, it means that it's done. In fact, it's get it out of the oven quick done. Otherwise, we check it in 15 minutes, and then we just kind of watch it every 5 minutes after that until it is completely done. So now we're going to wait for 15, 20, 25 minutes or so, and we'll take a look at it and how to take care of it when it's done baking. Okay, so it was about 30 minutes, and you're going to want your garlic to be easy for your knife to slide into. And you can go like this if you know what you're feeling for, and after a few times of doing this, you'll get the feel for it. But the first thing I do before the oil has cooled is I strain it into a bowl, like such. Something like that always seems to happen. It's only one clove of garlic, but I'm sure my dogs will not eat it. You'll meet them someday. But making the video is much easier if my new puppy is outside. So now we'll set those away to cool for a little bit. But again, while this is hot, then we're going to pour that over into a little jar. And oftentimes, if I do need fresh garlic, I'll just buy minced at the store. I go through it pretty quick. And then save the jars to put the roasted garlic and the garlic oil in. So now, a little bit more. So at this point, we're going to let these cool till we can handle them, and then we will clean them up and put them away. Okay, it doesn't take very long for these to cool. Just get them all nice and ready. Now, actually, I like to do it this way. And then just gently squeeze and kind of use your finger to push it out. And sometimes you have them where you didn't quite cut through them, but that's all right. Hope you can see. There's one I didn't quite cut through. So break it off a bit, and then it goes. Excuse me. Now, you can use this in anything that calls for garlic. You can also, I like to take it and chop it up just a little bit, and I throw it on pizzas, especially with some goat cheese and spinach, or just goes great in any pasta dish. You can also mash it up a little bit, mix it in with some butter, or just puree it up in your food processor, and you and make, just spread it right onto some French bread, and you have some delicious garlic bread. Now, on occasion, because of the way we do this brown one right here is not good. That was one that had already started to go bad, so we just ignore those. But this, for me, really speeds up the preparation of things, because, like I said, cleaning, having to wash your hands and get it off the knife and everything to me, is really tedious. Now, when you get everything ready beforehand, in French that's called mise en place, and it means basically everything's ready. That was my dad delivering some cream I asked him to pick up for me at the store. I have a lot to do after this is done. I've still got bread to make for my mom and for my grandparents and myself. I used to, there was a point where I realized I hadn't done any baking for about 3 years after I graduated from culinary school, so I thought, I need to start practicing, because at the time I was going to open up a bakery. Events kind of unfolded differently, and so I was baking cinnamon rolls and sweet rolls, blueberry rolls, all sorts of different types of breads and pastries, and so I'd take them over to my grandparents because I couldn't eat them all, and so my grandparents just quit buying any bread whatsoever. So my little gift and a bit of joy kind of became a chore. And I don't mind doing it, but they also know now that I'm back to working that I can't do it all the time, but I try to still bake some bread for them whenever I can. But anyway, and then these I just kind of pop out. And oftentimes if I'm going to make something just to kind of tide me over when I'm having a baking day, I'll just not worry about these and save them for something really quick that I can throw them into. All right, well, that's how you make roasted garlic, and you just keep it in the fridge, and I've kept it up to 4 or 5 weeks, and it's fine. The garlic oil I don't keep in the fridge because it clouds it up, but I also use it pretty quick. In fact, I think the bread that I want to make today is some olive focaccia. I will talk about different types of breads at some point, I'm sure. Hope you enjoyed this video, and next week I will be doing some things for Samhain, so I hope you enjoyed it and share it with your friends. Thank you. Bye.